Assalamu alaikum. Um, so today we are going to solve a question paper. So the question paper is from 2021 October November. So we are going to solve the variant 4.1 today. So this paper. So let me just simply open it. Okay, so this is the paper, and at the beginning we already have gone through this thing in the class. So I'm not going to take any time over here. So I'm just simply go to the second page. Here it says like you have to open the document file. The document file name is evidence file. So over there you just need to make sure that your name, serial number and the candidate number will appear in every page. Okay, so probably they will be giving you the hints where you need to put it. Just simply go to your source folder, and open the evidence file like this. So once you open that file, probably you will see like let me just simply open it for a sec. Hold on a second. So this one, so yeah, they have already given you the instruction where you need to put your candidate number, serial number and your name. So this is the header part. You can just simply double click over here and it will allow you to enter your name over here. So for the time being I'm writing here just simply name. Okay, and sorry, this is candidate number. So for, let's assume it 112233 is our candidate number, and let's assume our name as name. Okay, and the candidate number, let's assume it like 1234 or AB1234. I'm just assuming this part. Okay, now here they also have given you some other instructions like how you are going to store your Word document file into that folder, and what should be the file name. So over here they have given you an example. So in this way, like at the beginning you have to put the evidence word, and after that you have to give underscore and then follow through. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time over here. So let's just jump into the question. So this is our question. So at the beginning, the question number 1, it says that study the following pseudocode for recursive function. Okay, so in recursive function they have given you some examples as well, and it says that the operator div returns the integer value after division, and simply like 13 divided by 2, it will give you 6. So write the code and declare the function unknown. So it says that here they already have given you the function name unknown and some other instruction they have given you. You just need to convert this pseudocode into Python code, since we are going to follow Python code. Okay, so go to your folder and simply create a file. Is there any name they have given? Just let me see whether they have given you any name or not. So yes, they asked you to save this question as question 1. Okay, so I'm going to just simply copy the name from here like this. I'm just simply copy this name question 1 and come over here, click right button, create a text document, and simply select everything, paste the question 1 name, and after that give the extension py so that your file will be converted into Python. Okay, now you just need to click right button over here, and here open with uh, I'm open it code actually. So I'm using here Visual Studio Code. You can use PyCharm as well. Okay, so once you have opened the file, it will be looking like this. So it will be looking like this. So let me just zoom it in so that you can follow through everything. Okay, another thing I need to do, like word wrap like this. Just please select this one, word wrap. Why it is not working? So let me write few things over here, and now what it will work. Okay, so let's go to the question. I'm going to keep this file over here, and I'm going to open the question on my left hand side. So like this, scroll it up. So it says function. In Python, you know that function or procedure, whatever the thing will be, you have to start with def, right? So def is the way of declaring the function. Then the name of the function is unknown, they have given you, so I'm going to copy that name from here and paste it here. After that, they have given you some variables like by val x and by val y, and these are in integer. So I'm going to give a bracket. I'm going to call the x and y as well. Okay, so after that you have to give a colon sign. This is the way, like you have to call the function, not call, actually define the function. Okay, then it's in the question, it says that if x is less than y. So I'm going to simply take if x is less than y, then what will happen, it says output, means in Python it print. So I'm going to call the print x plus y, x plus y. So since it is the recursive function that we are using here, always remember one thing: whenever you are going to print something in recursive, you have to convert that output into a string. So for converting that into a string, you just need to write str and other thing or other variable that you have to keep it in the bracket, so that this part is going to convert it into str, that's mean string. Okay, then in here it says that return, so just simply type return. Okay, and it says you have to call the return, means it will return the unknown function that you have already called. Okay, so just simply unknown that we already have called here. Okay, so I made a mistake, I guess. Unknown, so unknown, and then it says x plus y, just simply write in that way, it will work. So x plus y, then there is a comma, after that y, and it will be multiplied by 2. So this thing will be returned by this function if x is less than y. So our first part of the question is done, and then it says else, then it says if. So basically it is else, elif in Python, and pseudocode it is known as else if. So you just need to write the exact built-in function like elif. Then it says x equal to y, but we cannot use single equal to in Python for comparison. You just need to give double equal to. That's the difference between Python and pseudocode, slight difference actually. So after that, what else it says, it will return 1, nothing else. Okay, and finally we have else over here, and it also says it will give you an output, that is the print, and it says x plus y again. And again, at the beginning I told you that you have to convert this into string, so just simply str, that's it. And also it will return a value that is unknown. You have to call the function again, so that is our unknown. So probably it should give you here unknown, and it says that x minus 1, then there is a comma, and y, it will be divided by 2. So in Python you cannot just simply write div, you have to give the mathematical operational sign, that is slash. Okay, so now it is divided by 2. So in the question, uh, they have given you another instruction that the output should be in integer, like here the output should be in integer. So since they are using div here, so there should be no floating point number like decimal place number. So in that case, you need to convert this whole thing into integer. You can do it in two different ways. You can use int function and place everything inside that int function, or another thing you can do, that is you can just simply give here double slash, so that you will also give you the integer number. So that's it for our this part. So hopefully you understood this. Okay, there is nothing else, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. So let's move on to the next part. It says that you have to write down the code and declare the function. So we can do another thing like uh, basically it will return, so you can just simply comment it out, return integer. So basically it doesn't matter like you are going to write it down in capital letter or small letter, since it is a comment part. So that's why you can simply write it in smaller letter or capital letter, but I prefer to write in capital letter, so that it actually creates a differentiate between the actual program and the comment. So let's move on to the next part. It says that save your program as question 1. So we have already have done that, and it says copy and paste the program code into part 1a in the executive document. So you just need to simply copy the code that you have written here and go back to your Word documentation file and place your cursor in part 1a and paste your work. So you can paste it in this way actually, so that so you can simply paste it in this way, so that it will not copy the you know style that I have in VS Code. Otherwise it will also going to copy the you know the style that I have. It's not it will not same actually for every VS Code. So don't do that, simply paste it in a text format. So let's move on to the next question. So in the next question it says that the main program needs to run all the three following function calls and output. So it says you have to call it, also you have to output it. So we can do it all together using the print function. So I'm going to simply copy this thing from here and come out of the function and paste it. So these are the things they have given you. Now according to the question, it says that the three functions should be called in the main program, output the value of the two parameter, call the function with those parameter, and output the return value. Okay, so we can say like let's call a print function over here, and inside the print function let's give a command like it's for 10 to 15. So the variables are actually 10 to 15. So I'm going to write here 10 and 15, or we can write here for 10 and 15, and I'm going to copy this part actually, copy it and come here and paste it here. Sorry, paste it here, and it is for 10 and 10 as well. And again come here and paste it here, it's for 15 and 10, 15 and 10. That's it. Also they asked you to call the function and give you the output, so you also need to keep it in the print function so that it will give you the output. Actually just simply calling the function, it will give you the output, but since in the question they specified the part that you have to show it or you have to display it, so that's why I'm using here the print function. uh, on the other hand, in recursive you have to use the print function for displaying your function. That's it. So we have done this part as well, and I think there is nothing else we need to do. Oh, I forgot one thing actually. At the beginning I told you that whatever the thing that you are going to output using the print function, you have to convert it into string. It's not mandatory though, but it's better to convert it into a string, so that in the future when you are going to call or you are going to print it, so that it will not give you any error. Simply for that purpose I'm converting it into a string. There is no other reason that I have right now. So that's it. And what else it says that in the question, it says copy paste the program code into part b1 into your evidence file. So which part actually? This part only. This part only you need to copy it and go back to your evidence file, and this is your part b1. Okay, so right button and paste it in this way. So your work is done for this part. Minimize it and go back to the question. Take a screenshot to show the output of part b1. So you just need to run it. Hold on a second. It will take few time actually to run it. Why it is not running? Is there any? No, it's running actually. Okay. Does it no? It doesn't stop. Yeah. So these are the output that I have right now. Okay, so you need to take a screenshot of this part. The whole part you need to take a screenshot. Do not just simply take the screenshot of the whole window. Simply take the screenshot for this part only. Okay. uh, so let me drag it up a bit more. Okay, so 10 to 15, it starts with 25. And is there any mistake I did? I don't think so. So this is the function that I have over here. If x is less than y, it's going to print it in x plus y. Let me recheck again. X plus y and x plus y comma x plus 1. Oh acha, so I made a mistake over here, that's why it is not giving the proper output. X plus 1 that should be. So now let's save it and run it again. Yeah, so this is the output actually. So the first one I made a mistake, so I made a mistake over here. It should be x plus 1. Instead of that I have given here x plus y. That's why it was giving me the wrong output. So now take the screenshot, Windows Shift and S, and now just simply take this part, nothing else. Okay, so once you have selected that part, it will be automatically copied. And now go back to your evidence file and paste it here. That's it. That's the whole thing. Now resize it a bit. So that's it. Now go back to the question again. So we have done part b1, b2. Now we are going to start question number c. 1c. Rewrite the function called unknown as an iterative function. Okay, so for writing the iterative function, you have to keep in mind that first of all you have to find out the actual program where it ends. Like this is your recursive program, so inside that recursive program you have to find out where the program actually ends, or you can say the main, which part is the main program. So here this is our main program. This part is our main program, and program ends here when the x's value is going to be equal with the value of y, and it will simply return you 1, and then it will end. So that's why this is the part where your program ends. So you have to find it out and start working from that particular position, so that uh, it will be much easier for you to write down the iterative function. Okay, so it doesn't say anything else except writing that iterative function, so I'm simply going to copy the name from here. That's it. So let's come over here and press enter, and you can do another thing, like you can simply give a command over here, iterative function, so that in the future when you are going to see your code, you can easily differentiate which part is for recursive and which part is for iterative. So I have already called the iterative function, and there are two variables, one is x and y. That's it. Now so in this function, this, since it is our main function, or where the program ends, we have to start working from there. So we can say like no, while mm, x is not equal to y, then the program will run, otherwise the program will end. Okay, so that's the basic concept. So okay, so here, since we have to calculate few things like x plus y, and you have to print it out also, x plus 1, that's mean it is incremented by 1, and there will be another value of y, it will be multiplied by 2. So let's consider this part as total or result, whatever the thing that you basically think better. And since it's going to return 1, so we are going to initialize the total as 1. So I'm going to call a variable called total. Made a mistake, spelling mistake. Total is equal to 1, I'm going to call it. Now while x is not equal to y, then according to the recursive part, it will print this. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here. After that what happened, so we did this, then it says that if x is less than y, so let's come here, if x is less than y, then it will what will happen, it will add 1 with the x. So we can say here x is equal to x plus 1, and then we are going to have our total. Since the total is 1, we are not calling here 0 at the, for the total, because if you are going to call 0 every time, it will give you 0 as the output, because whatever the thing that you are going to multiply by multiply with the 0, it will give you the 0. So now we have done this part. So now simply call the total is equal to total multiplied by 2. That's it. If the x's value is less than y, then this will happen. Else x is equal to x minus 1, and then total is equal to total divided by 2. Since it should be in integer format, so you need to convert it into integer. So this is the way of converting the number into integer, and it will return you the total. That's it. So this is our iterative function. So we have done this part as well. So now come back to the next question. It says that the iterative function needs to be called 3 times with the same parameter as part B that we already called here. We need to call the thing again. Okay, so simply I'm going to copy the whole thing from here, copy it and paste it outside the function basically. So over here, and instead of unknown I'm going to call it iterative unknown. That is the simple change you need to make here. Now amend the main program, and apart from this task we already have done that. Save and copy this part. So basically, first of all, iterative function, we need to copy this part and paste it into your evidence file here. Paste it. That's it. Now also you need to copy this part and paste it here. Done. Okay. Now the next part of the question, it says that take one or more screenshot to show the output of both functions for each set of parameters. Both functions means iterative and you know sorry recursive and iterative both. So I'm going to run this one now. Let's see what's going to be the output. Okay, first have to delete it, then run it again. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to just run the program. Okay, so both of them are same. So let's give it a name actually, so that you can see the difference. I'm going to call a print again here, print, and double quotation I'm going to write here sorry, recursive function, and copy this and print here iterative function. Now run it. In that case you will see the difference actually. Yes, that's the difference actually. It shows the difference. Let me drag it down. Now take the screenshot from here to here. So I have taken the screenshot, come here, 1D2, I guess. The question D2, that's correct. So let's move on to the next. So we have done with we have finished with the question number 1. Now let's move on to the question number 2. It says that a program written using object-oriented programming stores picture as object. So basically we are very good at object-oriented program now. So hopefully it's not gonna be very difficult for you. Okay, so they have given you some instruction over here, so we're going to read it slowly while solving the problem. So let's jump into the problem. So here it says that you have to construct a picture type. So the constructor takes a picture description, frame color, height, width as a parameter. Set this to private attributes. Write the program code to declare class picture its constructor. Do not write any other method. Use your language appropriate constructor. All attributes should be private. If you are going to write in Python programming language, include the attribute declaration. That's it. Simple. So we have done this, and you have to save this question in as question 2. So close it up here, another question 2.py. That's it. So we have created that part as well. So question 2, we have created the file. So the name of the class is picture. I'm going to copy the name from here so that it will help me not to make any mistake. So the name of the class is picture. Now you have to define it. So double underscore init double underscore, and here we have self at the beginning. This is the object, and whatever the data type or the variable you will have, you have to call through this object. So since in the question it says that we have the picture description, so I'm going to copy this and call it as the description p for pointer data type, and then it says that frame color. So I'm going to copy this as well. Sorry, frame color. So frame color, give a comma, frame color p, you need to give underscore over here. That's better actually, so that you can see it properly. Oh, one thing, I need to wrap it up so that you can see it properly. After that we have height, so height p, and finally we have width, so comma width p as a parameter or pointer, whatever the thing you are going to call it. Okay, now let's call it privately. So declare it privately actually. So self double underscore, and the first one is description. I'm going to call it description. I'm going to remove the p and call it description data. That's it. So again self dot double underscore, I have here color, and remove the p, and this is gonna be your second one, self dot double underscore. So I'm going to call the height, delete the p, give equal, and that's gonna be your data type. Again self dot double underscore width, delete the p, equal, and paste. That's your data type. That's it. So we already called the we already have created the picture class. Now according to the question, since you are using Python programming language, you have to declare the command. So it's nothing but give a hashtag and what types of data it is. This is string, so simply write string, double t, not double t actually. So frame color, it's also gonna be frame color, it's also gonna be string as well, string. Then the height, it's gonna be integer, sorry, not in integer, it's integer. Copy this one, hashtag paste. So here it says like description with height, so I'm going to change the position. So it says with, then let me take it and drag it here, and sorry, enter. Then we have height. I'm going to put it here, enter. So this is the correct way of writing it, because frame color they have given you at the end, so that's why. Well, so let's say we already have saved it, copy paste the code. So let's just simply copy the code, whole code actually. Go back to your evidence file, and underneath the question 2, paste it in a text format, let's give an enter here. So that's it. So let's move on to the next part. The for get method returns associated attribute. Get description returns the description of the picture. So now you have to create the getter, and you already know that getter actually a function, and it returns. Getter returns, setter actually doesn't return anything. We already have done this part in our class. Okay, so I'm not sure why it isn't working. Just give me a second, my mouse is not working properly. Okay, now we have to make the getter. So this is the part getter. So for creating the getter, you have to be inside the class. So here just simply commenting it out, getter, so capital letter Y, getter. So def get description. They already have given you one of the part that you need to call get description, and inside the get description it should be self, and it will return self dot description, self dot description it will return. Then we have another one, gate. So after that we have with. So get with, let's call it get with, WTH self, sorry, self, and it will also return. Simply copy this part so that I don't have to write it again. Self dot double underscore, where is the width? Here, width. So was it width or height? Oh, wait. Let me check again. Width. Yeah, yes, correct. Width. So def get height self, and it will return height. And another one we have def get what is it, frame color. So let's write here frame color your self double underscore frame color. So we did it, we have finished it. So now it says the save your work, copy and paste the code. So this part later actually. So go back to your evidence file and paste it. That's it. You don't need this part actually. Let me recopy it. Let me copy it again and paste it. Sorry. There is a problem I'm facing here. It is not copying the correct order. Watch out. That's why I didn't copy the space from here as well. That's why it is not copy correctly. Now it's correct. Okay. So let's move on to the next part. So we have done that. Now we have to set a function, set method, which where the description should be used as a parameter, new description, and writes the value of the appropriate attributes. Okay, let's do this. So now we are going to work with the setter. So hashtag setter. So def, copy the name, set description, and the parameter should be self comma the description. So description should be like, sorry, description of the function actually. I think that we have at the beginning description, this one. So I'm going to, I have copied that from there and pasted here. So that's it. So now self dot double underscore description equal to description p. That's it. So we have done that part. Copy and paste to C. So to this one. Copy, go back and paste. Sorry, why am I doing this sort of mistakes? Okay. That's probably the whole thing about this. Write the program code to declare any array of array picture, and it should be 100 elements. So let's call an array out of the function, and that name of the array should be picture, and it should be blank array. So sorry, it should be blank array. So now in the blank array it says 100 elements. We know that how many times the loop is going to run, so we can simply use for I in range of 100. The name of the array is picture, so let's simply call it picture array. Okay, so I'm going to copy this name, so picture array. What does it say actually? So write a code to declare an array of type picture for 100 elements. So you have to add 100 elements in and store it into the array. So picture dot, like, since you are going to add it, that's when in Python it is known as append. So append, and what you're going to add according to the picture. So this one according to the picture, and at the beginning we have a string, so double quotation, and then we have integer, so 0, again we have integer, that's 0, then we have a string again. So this is the way you have to write it. Okay, so append picture, string, integer, and string. this is the right way of writing it. Yeah, that's correct actually. I think so. Let's move on. Save your code. Let's say this is your code. Go back to the paste it here. Everything's fine. So I paste that over there. Now let's move on to the 2e number question. So here it says that the text file picture.txt store the data for the picture in order description day with height and color. So this is the way they have stored it. The data read. So they are asking you to create a function called read data. So let's do step by step. So there is a function called read data, and that's why you have to call it def read data. And it says that data acha. So program text file stored in the array picture. So the picture array is going to be the parameter of this. So this one actually, let me copy it and paste it here. Picture array is going to be the parameter. Over here the main program, you just open the file called picture.txt. So for opening any sort of file in Python, uh, we use open function. So let's call f. I'm going to call a variable called f and use the open function over here. Sorry. Open function, the name of the file, it should be in single quotation, name of the file, then comma, what's the purpose, read. So in single quotation again r. So that's the way we actually write the for actually this is the way of writing the code where you are going to open the file using Python and read it. Now since the first one is description, so I'm going to call a variable called this description. So I already have taken, I guess, right? Yes, I think so. I'm going to call it desk equal to, so the name file f dot, from there I'm going to read line, from the file. That's mean we have opened the file and stored it in this variable, so that's why f dot read line. And whenever you are going to read the line from a text file, so this is the way of doing it. And then there is a dot stripe, that's a function stripe. What does it do? Stripe actually it will remove the space before and after the line, the word. So if there is a word given, then the stripe function will remove the you can say the space before and after of that particular word. After that you need to convert it into lower function, sorry, lower function. So what will happen, so it will be much easier to compare the words that you are going to pick from the text file with the another input that's gonna be given by the user, if there is any. Otherwise there is no reason of converting it into lowercase, but it's better to do so if you have a text file and you are going to read it. So that's better, until or unless you have integer number. So in integer number you don't need to convert it into lowercase because it's the number. Since there are some string values, so you have to it's better to convert it into lower cases for safe side. Now uh, each and every line is going to read and store it into the array. So this is our array, and it will add that particular, let's say for the time being desk, it will be stored in here at the beginning. Then it is 0, it will be stored there. Then there is another integer value that will be stored there, which is our height. And after that there will be, you know, uh, another string data type, so that's gonna be stored into that array. After that it will come back to the first line, that's mean not first line, actually description. Then again in integer, like width, then height, then color. Then again it will come back to the description, width, height and color. So in this way it will work. So we can use here while loop. While disk let's say is not equal to blank. If there is any blank, then the loop is going to end. Otherwise, let's take width is equal to file, sorry, if we have if here, if dot read line, and from that read line we're going to stripe it. Again stripe it. If there is any space, it will be removed, and you don't need to convert it into lowercase since it is already in number. After that, height is equal to, let's say, f dot read line dot stripe this. So I'm going to cut it and paste it here. Oh, sorry, stripe is already been given. So that's it. Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm going to copy it. I think mistakenly I delete that. So that's it. Since it should be converted into integer, so we need to convert it into integer. That's it. Now again int first bracket and edit here. That's it. After that we have like color, so I'm going to call it color, color. Let's call it color is equal to, again, paste stripe dot color. That's it. So you don't need to convert it into anything else. Okay, so since you are going to read the file, from here to here, keep it in a bracket. Okay, keep this thing as well, because the whole thing that you are going to read from here, then the stripe part is going to apply it. Otherwise the stripe is going to apply it on read line only. Okay, so the next thing, it says that create a new object of picture for the picture. So we already have done that, we read it, we done that part as well. Now the description part, you need to call it, because probably remember that if in while loop, if the while loop is depending on the input, you have to call the input twice before starting the while loop and before ending the while loop. Okay, so another thing we need to keep in mind that here in the question it says that you have to count and return a number of pictures. So you you have to call a count or declare a count over here and initialize it with 0, so that you you can increment it by 1 whenever you are going to add a picture into the file, so that it will count 100 times, because it says 100 pictures you have in the file. Write an object, raise an exception handling, like exception handling you have to add here, but I think something is missing here. Oh, acha, we missed one thing. So before calling the description again, you have to call the picture array, and here it should be count equal to picture and it will be, the first one is going to be the description, desk dsc dsc. The second one is going to the width, the third one is going to the height, and the fourth one is going to the color. So this is the way we are going to store it into the array. That is okay. So it's done now. Now you have to increment it by 1. Count is equal to count plus 1. Sorry, count is equal to count plus 1. So since you have opened the file over here, let's close the file. If dot close. Now in the question it says an exception handling you have to do. So for doing the exception handling, so when you are going to open the file from here, there is a function, built-in function, library function called try, and every single thing until if close, like the file close, it should be inside that particular try function. Did I do a mistake here? Why it is showing error? Try. I'm not sure where's the mistake that I've done. If it's correct, file is also correct. Okay, let's finish it up first. Except I O error, error. Okay, now it's okay. So print file is not found. Let's say file is not found. That's it. And it says it will be returning. So for returning you have to come out of the while loop. So this is the out of the while loop, but inside the function. So that's it. So it will return counts and return the number of pictures, and it will return the count, comma, number of pictures. That's the count actually. Number of pictures means that's the count, number of pictures. Also is going to return the picture in the array. That's it, our picture array. Picture array. It will return it. Okay, so we have finished this part. Now it says that save your program, go copy and paste. So that's it. Now the main code calls the function read data. Write the main code, save your code for, and it says that it will call the main code. So for calling uh, the main code in this format, like where you are going to work with the text file, do remember that what are the last thing it returns. Let's say here it says it returns count and picture array. So you have to take two variables. First, let here it says read data, it will be returning, right? So read data and it will be returning the picture array. Sorry, picture, it will be returning the picture array. So that's it, it's gonna return you the picture array. But do remember one thing, the thing is, what are the things it will return, you have to call those variable. So number of pictures, number of picture, it will be returning, also it will be returning the picture array, and you have to call those two variable here, and then you have to store the function, that's been the read data function, into those two variables, otherwise your program is not going to run. So do remember this thing, it works always. So basically this is the way of writing it. Okay, so hopefully there is no other error that I have here. So I already declared two variables for this function. Now it says copy and paste, so you just need to copy this part as well and paste it here, minimize it. The main program, it says that, oh, it's a big question. The main program needs to ask the user to give the input and their requirement of the for the picture. The user will enter the color of the frame and the maximum width and the maximum height. So max width, max height, these are the things they will be asking you. So these are the variable name they have already given you. So according to this input, it will check with the value that we already have stored into the array, get it, and then check it, and if it matches, then it will show you the description, the width and the height of the picture. That's everything for this part. So let's begin. So here frame color, or we can call a variable color frame or frame color, whatever thing. Let's say color underscore frame is equal to, so we're going to take an input from the user. So input, let's say enter your color name, I'm just asking them. Then the next one is max width. Max width is equal to int convert, then input enter the max width, then max height is equal to, let me copy this part, height. That's it. So we have taken the input from the user. Now it says that you have to check these three inputs with the value that we have stored into the array. So we know how many items in the array, 100. So we can uh, actually the data we already stored in here from the array through the read data. So this one, so here we can call for loop for, there's the I in range of 0 to number of picture, actually 0 to number of picture. Then what will happen if the let's say if the value of the first value of the array, which is the picture array, the first value, so that is gonna be your I according to that dot uh, we already create the getter, so get color. Where is the get color? We already have a function, get color, I think so. We already created the color. Acha, get frame color actually. So get frame color, get frame color function. Sorry, function is equal to the user input, that is our color frame. If it is going to be equal, then uh, or no, and so let me keep it in a bracket, so that's the reason. Let me give here another bracket, and here picture array of I dot get, the second thing is get width. So let's copy that, get width, is dot, here is a mistake, we have double equal to max width, where's the mistake we have, and picture array of I dot get height. So let me keep in bracket as well. Double equal to max height, then print it will, according to the question, it will print the description. So from the picture array, from the picture array of I will get the description, there is nothing called that, I need to copy it, get description, from the picture dot get description, and then it says that it will show you the width. Okay, so here give a comma, double quotation, inside the double quotation give a space, then comma, in the question it says that it should be showing you the width. So picture array width, this one, comma, double quotation space, comma, it will take the width and height, width and height. Where is the height one? Yeah. So from here to here, copy and paste. So picture array, let me keep it in bracket, the description part. This is one part, this is another part, and this is the final part. That's it. Now in the question, edit the program, copy and paste. So from where input, so I have taken the input from here till the last part. So copy it, go back to your code, right button and paste it, go back to the program. It says you have to input these three inputs as a criteria, search criteria, and show the output, and take a screenshot to show the output for both search criteria. So let's run it. It's running, so hold on a second, let it be. So it is asking me what's the name of the color. According to the question, it should be black. So let me write it down. Black, width is gonna be 100 and height is gonna be 100. It's not showing without, why? It's not reading the file actually. Okay, so let me save it and let me just simply close it up. Okay, so here is the problem. So let me copy this part and open ideally. My computer is working very slowly right now. Okay, it's working now. I already have given the comment for ideally, but it's not opening. Wait for us. Where is it? Ideally, this one. It's coming. My PC all of a sudden is working very slowly. I'm not sure why. Oh, here it is. Okay, there is another one, I think. So let me close it up, one of them, and here it is. So let's okay, file, open. question 2, open it. Close it and run this part. Run module. So it is black. And 100 by 100. It is not showing the file. Why? Let me recheck the code again. Okay, so probably it was not working because I used here multiple AND operators. Instead of doing that, let's delete this part and come here in the next line, and let's say keep it inside the if statement. If this, let me give here a colon, let me give here another colon, come here, and again if, and now let's see what happened. Hold on a second, it is running, it takes few times. Line number 55, there is an error. Okay. Oh, acha, this print command, it should be inside the if statement, I guess. Yeah, now it's okay. So according to the question, it is black, 100 and 100. Again, it is running, but some reason it is not reading the file, the text file I'm talking about. So this text file, it is not reading. Copy, close it. Paste it. So there is no change. There's no other error that I have here, and I have everything in a single folder, so it should be working, but it's running. Let's run the next one, silver. So silver, $25. Also it is running, there is no error, but why it is happening? there's no reason of not running this. So basically, as far as I remember, there's